All right, it's coming to the end of 2023, and I had a great year, a lot of amazing things. What a crazy, different place I'm in now than at the beginning of the year. But one of my goals was I wanted to try to read at least 100 books. Well, read slash listen to. When I say read, most of the time I'm listening to audiobooks because I found that that's one of the most amazing ways that I can actually put some time into things that I care about uh, in those moments when I have just that little bit of extra time, whether it's washing dishes or driving a car, something like that, where I can just squeeze out a little bit of extra juice from those moments. So I love audiobooks, and I've read some, but probably 95% it's just listening to audiobooks. At any rate, I wanted 100 books to finish in 2023, and I'm just about there. I've done 100, maybe going to get 101, 102, because I do have a few more days left. And I loved it. I love it. I do love it. I am loving it. I love just piling it on, making it happen, just cramming the knowledge into the brain and just being, I love getting that knowledge and getting the stories and the interesting things in there. I do a ton of nonfiction with a little bit of fiction mixed in, but that wasn't the point of this video. My friend asked me just yesterday. He said, "What are you crazy? What?" And this is not the only person to have asked me. Like, is that even useful? Like, how do you retain any of that information? 100 books, like you're going really fast. Like, are you retaining any of it? Um, and it's a good point. I mean, sure, I don't retain 100%, and that's not my goal. I'm not trying to become a master of every book I pick up, like I was picking up The Way of the Superior Man. I've actually read and listened to this book probably 3 or 4 times in my life. But so that one I probably do retain a good amount of it, although, it's been a while. But no, I'm not going for 100% retention, and I'm not going for depth and mastery in any particular subject. What I'm going for is width and breadth because I'm now 45 years old, and as I've come to know myself better, I've come to just accept one of the things about me is that I have this incredibly expansive and wide set of interests, and I love to feed all of those little parts of myself and all those interests. And so for me, it's a lot more enjoyable, at least right now in my life. Well, this probably will change at some point, but who knows when. Right now, anyways, I love going wide and broad with my interests and taking in 100 different blah 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 and just consuming these little nuggets of joy. Out of the 100 books, I would say there was maybe 3 or 4 that I probably, well, maybe like 2 or 3 that I wish I had skipped. Most of them I really enjoyed them, and got a lot out of them. Some more than others. Some were just really fantastic. So the point for me is not to retain 100%, maybe not even 80%, maybe not even 60%. I don't know. The point is that if I get the taste of it, get the feel of it, what is this book about? What is this author about? Kind of like really kind of appreciate, okay, going into this author's world. One of the things I love about books that I love more than maybe a podcast or uh, just even a lecture. Lectures are nice because people prepare them, but a book, this author has put a lot of time. They've gone over this again and again and again, and each time cleaning it up, refining it, having editors look at it, like really kind of distilling it down to make sure this is what I want to convey to the world. And of course, not all every author. Some authors you can tell like they didn't put in much effort, and it could have just been a short essay, and then they fluffed it out to 300 pages or whatever. But uh, that's one of the things I love about books is that it's this distillation, and the author has really put themselves into this thing, and so you can kind of go into their world for a few hours if it's 10-hour audiobook, 10 hours in this person's world, really kind of getting into their mind and exploring what they're passionate about and what they think about the world from their own expertise, and just really kind of getting that flavor, even if I don't remember every little detail. I know. And then if I want to come back to it, and there are some authors that I've absolutely just loved, especially over the last year, and I'm not trying to get into all the details right now in this video, but where I know like, oh, I love this author, and so I maybe pick up more of their books to get more into their experience. And I also know like, hey, if I really want to go down this path at some point and focus more intensely in this area, I can go back and pick it up again. And I think there was maybe two books I read twice, like I repeated them. So I don't know if that counts as going over 100. Like, should I count them twice on the list? Maybe. But a couple books, maybe 3 actually, where I repeated them. So that is the point of it for me. It works really well for me. If you're not that kind of person, if you're the kind of person that wants to put that book on the slow play and really enjoy it, or read it and like really take your time, each page going, taking a break, sipping your coffee, thinking about it, making it relate to your life, going back, fantastic. That's good too. And I think, of course, like part of the thing about retention is not just consuming and taking in. I think retention a lot of times is about doing also. And so you do have to do the doing part as well. But, like I said, this is the kind of thing I can do on driving. I can take something in, but the rest of my life is what I'm doing. A lot of what I'm doing is parenting. And so parenting is a fantastic little laboratory of self-improvement where I can kind of work on my own, parenting to be a better person and better dad, and understand human beings better. At any rate, that's a little bit about why I chose to, and why I continue to choose to just slam in the audiobooks as fast as I possibly can. Right now I'm enjoying it. It's not some kind of stressful thing for me. If it does become like a stressful, difficult thing. And actually there were a few months where it was like, when I originally thought of 100 books, I thought, oh, I could probably do about 10 a month, which would be 120 actually. But there was a couple months where I think there was one month where I only read 3. So some months were slower, and 10 a month seems to be doable. I know that is like a book every 3 days, which is crazy, but some books, if it's like a 200-page book, usually the audiobook's 4 hours, you put that on double speed, that's 2 hours. That's just like watching a movie. You can do 2 hours of just listening to something and get through a book, and that's a smaller book. And that's kind of fun. I mean, I think it's a way better use of time than watching a movie. Personally, I've watched a lot of movies in the past, and I wish I could have some of that time back, because I probably could have done something better with that time. At any rate, boom, take with it what you will. I'm hoping to make a video. I think I will. Pray for me. Let's do this, where I actually break down the books that I read. But there's your little teaser for that.